We're still trying to go. Do you want to go, Dad?
Sure, whatever you say.
Well, do you want to finish reading that?
Yeah, just look at it, that's all.
Yeah.
How much did this cost you, Tom?
I don't recall. I think it was for two of them. It was like around $70, $80 maybe, something like that.
It's well worth it, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think.
Yeah.
You're okay? Do you want a tissue, napkin?
No, my nose is running. I wonder if I have a post-nasal drip or something, but jeez, it's very... I'll be sitting here, sitting all of a sudden, terrible. Okay.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Side door?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
No.
Because
No,
it's easier to get in and out.
Yeah.
And the
Go
mail
on there, Lester.
And by the way, the mailman, I think I mailed you a letter,
Oh, did you?
and I saw the mail truck, and she's probably gonna pick it up right now anyway.
Oh, yeah, good.
Even though it's 1:15, so 1:20, whatever.
Well, he'll get it maybe Monday. Lorraine's gonna drive it, yes. Thanks anyway. We'll see you there tomorrow. Well, we're gonna try and get there by 1. Well, yeah. But this way we... Oh no, people get over at 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is the guy on 10th Street?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He had about 6 kids. Okay.
What, was she old?
That tickles me. When they started, when the Bloomingdale's moving out, all the matriarchs in God City signing petitions to keep Sears from not opening. Like it was beneath the dignity of God City to have a Sears Roebuck.
Would you rather have an empty store?
Yeah, right. I mean, also, you know, the idiots, they're real idiots.
Yeah.
It's like the people tragically, when someone passes away in an accident, they all stand in front of the place where the person died, lighting candles. Whatever the hell that's supposed to do, I'll never know.
Makes them feel good, I guess. I don't know.
What it is. It's like some form of catharsis, I suppose.
There's Nassau County Supreme.
When I pass by here, I think of the tragedy that the law secretary was found dead in the Monday morning. He went to work on a Saturday morning to do some work for the judge that he worked with. The next day, they locked up this very attractive, light-skinned black girl he'd been having an affair with.
Oh boy.
She killed him.
Really?
She came to visit him and they was breaking off their relationship.
Really?
She was a very attractive woman too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, can I ask you a few questions? So I want to get I want to get it on video because I never got this straight.
Okay.
Could you go through Grandma's siblings and then Grandpa, how he came to be the adopted whole thing or whatever it is that, you know, with the Kirk name? But could you go through, like the other day you were going through all your aunts and uncles?
Yeah.
I didn't even know some of these names. Would you mind just repeating their names?
No, not at all. The oldest aunt I had was Nora, Aunt Nora. Swenson. Her real name was Laura, L-A-U-R-A, but they called her Nora.
Okay.
She had 3 boys, Robert, Eric, and I can't think of the other one. Robert became an officer in the Army.
These are your cousins?
Yeah, I saw him at my uncle Dick's funeral. He came up from Texas.
And their last names was Swenson?
Swenson, S-W-E-N-S-O-N.
And did they all live in Texas?
Just him.
Oh,
Just Robert. I don't know.
well, okay, sorry. I thought maybe they...
No, he came up from Texas where he was stationed. He was stationed there in the Army. He'd been in the, I think he'd been in the tank corps during World War II. Anyway, his nickname was Tank. And if you saw him, you know why. He was about 6'6", must have weighed close to 300 pounds. I remember seeing him coming in with a Stetson cowboy hat and cowboy boots on and a big buckle. And he had a Texas accent. He's from Brooklyn, but he'd been living there for years. And he wrote me a couple of letters years ago when we were living in Wandsworth, asking if I were the same Thomas Kirk who was his cousin. He checked, and who had been a lawyer. He checked me out through the New York State Bar Association, who said there was only one Thomas Kirk, and it was me. And they wrote me at the address they gave him, inquiring if I was his cousin. What the hell's wrong with this clown? That's a car over here.
Okay, so after Nora, how many kids did Nora have, though?
And three.
Three. And, okay, was Nora the eldest?
He was Robert.
Right, but was Nora the eldest?
She was the eldest, yes,
okay.
Said that, yeah.
Okay, sorry, driving. Music's on.
The next one was Hannah.
Hannah.
Johanna, her name was, really.
Johanna?
But they called her Hannah, H-A-N-N-A-H. And Hannah. She had one son, one child, Edward.
Edward.
Ed Collins, he was a doctor.
Ed Collins.
Edward Collins, nice young man, really a charmer. He lived out when he retired, when he got in the Army, he moved to Michigan. And one of his claims to fame, or maybe his only claim to fame, was when he was with the Army in Germany after the war was over. He went to the convent where Sister Teresa Newman was living. She had the stigmata, like Father, what the one we have named after St. Thomas the Apostle.
Oh, I forgot his name actually, but
Italian.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Well, she had the stigmata also, and he was allowed to examine her hands. And she had these terrible indentations where the nails of Christ supposedly had when he was nailed to the cross.
Wow.
The so-called stigmata, and she would bleed. They lost her maybe half a cup of blood every day.
Wow.
They never made a saint of her either. She was just blessed. But he saw her in a convent in Germany after the war was over. Ed Collins, nice man. Then after her was my Uncle John, who I rarely have a vague recollection. He was my mother's favorite. He was married to my Aunt Edna. They had no children. He was very wealthy.
Oh, yeah?
When he died. The story we got that he was hit by a hit-and-run driver. My brother Dan insists that he committed suicide. He jumped off the roof of the apartment house where he lived in Brooklyn.
Oh boy.
When the stock market went bad.
Oh boy.
Supposedly. I don't know. I never heard of it until Danny mentioned it. And Paparazzi, that's a new name for this place.
Kinda, yeah.
It used to be called the Westbury Inn.
Or is it? I think it was well, I knew it as a Mexican restaurant.
Was it?
I can't remember.
Before that, it was a really very fine restaurant at one time. Westbury Manor, that's what it was.
Oh, this one. Okay,
I'm thinking of it, this one. That was John. I didn't know him too well. And after John was, I think, my mother.
She was fourth in line. Yeah.
I mean,
she was the fourth born.
I think so. Yeah. I don't really know. Margaret Mary. Then right after her was Elsie. Only Elsie wasn't her real name now. I'm trying to remember what it was. But they all called her Elsie.
Eloise, maybe? Something?
No, I don't remember. I have it when I handled her estate after she died. I remember having the correct name, first name. But she was known by Elsie all her life. Like Nora Swenson, her real name was Laura, L-A-U-R-A. but they called her Nora, N-O-R-A. You know. Then there was Uncle Ned after my mother.
He was the 6th.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Ned, gentleman, a lovely man. Then there was Anthony, or Tony.
7, okay.
And my Aunt Agnes.
8.
I think my grandmother. I think my mother had 2 other siblings. Both of them died in infancy. One was a Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
I forget the other one. The other one's name. They're babies when they died.
Where did Tony live, by the way?
There was my Aunt Elsie until she got married. And Ed, they lived together. By East 9th Street in Brooklyn. St. Rosalima Parish.
For the most part, everybody stayed in Brooklyn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except when Elsie got married, she moved to Jersey.
Yeah. Down, what was the name of the town?
She lived in a couple of towns.
Oh. Seagirt.
Colonia was one of them.
Okay. Seagirt was another?
No, then there was not Spring Lake, but near Spring Lake. Just outside of Spring Lake. I forget. She lived in
Seagirt, wasn't it?
Seagirt,
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's where she lived. Then she moved to a nursing home where she died in just at the border of Staten Island and Jersey. St. Joseph Nuns. They weren't St. Joseph Nuns. The name was, the home was named St. Joseph. Polish nuns ran it. And Elsie died of cancer. She was, fortunately she didn't linger too long, but she was in a lot of pain while she had it. You know?
Was she? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, just hit her when they operated on her. It made it worse, I think.
Oh boy. They always say, like, that there's a saying, isn't there, that better not to open them up. Once you open them up, boom.
It's like seeds in the wind. You know?
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I hope you don't mind the back way to Bayville going through.
No, why should I mind?
It's just prettier scenery.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
I'm convinced that there's got to be a series of well, of course they're going to be high paid, but maybe some even high profile people like Barbara Streisand or stars that live around this area somewhere. Because, you know, this is considered one of the wealthiest suburbs in all of, well, it's considered the wealthiest suburb or community in New York State.
Bayville?
No, Old Westbury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so therefore I would assume one of the most in the entire country.
Yeah, but I would assume it's also old money rather than new celebrities and people in show business.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. I thought Barbara Streisand did live here.
I have no idea what she.
I thought she did. I don't know. I'm not that much of a fan, so I don't. I thought I read that somewhere. Bayville is nothing. I mean, it's nice, but it's nothing too fancy. It's you know.
Yeah, Joe Lennon lives out here.
Yeah, Bayville. Now, may I ask though about your dad's side? He was it true that he was going for adoption? No, okay, because that's what Danny Kirk says.
He was what for adoption?
Get given up for adoption by Crichton.
Yeah.
Because that's what Danny Kirk always claims. Daniel Kirk.
Yeah. Not that I know.
Okay.
But of course, I knew nothing a lot about my father until after he died. I learned he'd been in an orphan asylum for 10 years. Until he was 16, 15, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.